Whenever I've seen a fire in the forest, my heart sinks and I think it's all burned up and gone forever. But I saw how it provides an opportunity for nature to rejuvenate the forest. The first flower to come into the burned forest is called a fireweed. It is so beautiful and I love it. A few years ago, I went to Alaska and was surprised to see some fireweed on the side of the road. Little did I know how many fireweeds I would see before I returned home. When I went down to Homer to a flower show, where we went from yard to yard to see the beautiful flowers people had planted in the spring, I kept commenting to everybody how much I loved the fireweed. One lady finally said, "Diane, you need to go up Skyline Drive, turn right, and then go down Hanson Road, and you'll see millions of fireweed flowers. You will not believe it." Boy, was she right. I followed her directions, and sure enough, there was more fireweed than I could ever imagine. The further I drove, the more the hills were covered with it, and I was so surprised when I stood in the middle of a patch of fireweed, and it was taller than I was. Fireweed can grow as high as 6 feet tall. Let's take a closer look at the beautiful flowers and see what happens. It begins with a bud at the bottom of the stalk and will continue to blossom up the stalk, making flowers for a period of 6 weeks. It starts around the end of July and will blossom all the way to September. Then the magic begins of going to seed. It's almost like picking cotton, but those little seeds will catch the wind and reseed the whole mountainside. The natives in Alaska say that when the blossoms go all the way to the top, the winter is only 6 weeks away. Fireweed is the flower of the Yukon Territory. I think that Alaska should have fireweed as their state flower. One of my favorite parts of my trip is when I saw fireweed with the backdrop of the glaciers and the beautiful mountains. If you really want to see the miracle of this for yourself, go to Alaska. You will be so excited to see the rolling hills of fireweed.